I'm oral historian Mike Chappell. Today, June 4th, 2011, I'm interviewing Dr. John Thunder for the Endocrine Society at its annual meeting being held this year at the Boston Convention and Exhibition Center.
I'm an aldosterone physiologist. I'm a rat doctor, really. I do stuff with rats and mice and sheep, historically, and so on. It's been a long time since I've seen patients. But the vagaries of treatment, of the way people handled patients with primary aldosteronism, it seemed to me ripe that we needed to try and get a little bit of consensus into this. Not to shoehorn people into, So I was at a council meeting in Sonoma, of all places. Each winter, just in January, there's a meeting of council and committee chairs. So I proposed this, I think, to the then chair of the Clinical Guidelines Committee, and Bob Utica. And he said, well, we've got a full dance card for next year 4, but I'll see what the committee thinks. And the committee says, no, we ought to do that. The time is ripe. What I was then chair of was the particular task force to develop clinical guidelines for primary, case detection, diagnosis and management of primary aldosteronism. Money was tight, it's always tight, so we could only have, I think, 6 people on that task force. And I wanted it to be international. 2 of the outstanding people are Bill Young at the Mayo Clinic, who's the incoming president of the society, which is terrific, and Michael Stowasser from Brisbane. So there were 2 Australians on it. I mean, this is, mad. And so we worked for a couple of years, teleconferences, emails back and forth, a couple of face-to-face meetings, developing, thrashing out a consensus. I mean, it's not what all those people do necessarily. I mean, they do variations, but a set of, in a sense, guidelines. And I'm the person with far the least experience, hands-on experience in that process. I learned a lot from those people, and have now been able to stand back a bit and say, but we're missing the wood for the trees. If 10% of the people with high blood pressure have got primary aldosteronism, if you take America, 20% of the people in America have got high blood pressure, so 2% of the American population, we're talking 6.5 million people. In Dallas-Fort Worth, which drains 6.5 million patients, they've done 250 operations for primary aldosteronism in the last 10 years. We are missing the wood for the trees. And so, I have no personal investment, in a sense, in it, but I've become a crusader for looking at hypertension differently because we're missing all the people with primary aldosteronism.